Okay, thanks for coming back and checking out my channel again. Give you a little update on the garden. Out here at the actual garden beds, we did have a development this week. This kale plant right here looked a lot more like this plant did yesterday. Overnight, something got a hold of this one and nibbled it. I really don't have a lot of problems with animals, even though we live in a kind of a rural area. Maybe a few times a year, an animal gets into something, and I guess that happened last night. I'm gonna probably set up my trail cam tonight and try to catch something in the act and kind of figure out what it was, just out of curiosity. I had slapped these old tomato cages around my kale plants just as a little bit of protection. And I have a few other things like that. I'll probably put those around the garden tonight to try to keep stuff out. But if I can figure out what it is, I'll be sure to let you know, and maybe I'll have some video for it. The rest of the work this week was around seeds, and I have my little seedlings, and I planted a few things, and I will take you over to the seeds and give you a little update on those. Okay, so yesterday I was moving some seedlings around into some bigger containers. I've got different containers I've reused over the years. You're going to see some brand names, but these aren't necessarily things I'm promoting, just reusing containers. One of the things that I moved out of the little terrariums was some of my kale. And here I've got 4 kind of dinosaur kales and a couple curly kales. The curlies were really old seeds, and they look like they're not really doing that great. I'm kind of hoping they're making it. But the dinosaurs look pretty good. They look pretty good. So I was taking care of those. In the last video, I repotted some lettuce, and actually my lettuce ended up being really spindly and what some people call leggy. And it was just kind of going crazy all over the place. So I kind of repotted that and moved into these little bit bigger containers and buried them down a little bit so they look a little bit less gangly. I'm hoping those kind of beef up and get a little stronger. Basil looked pretty good. I've got 4 little containers of these basil plants. I raised these from the same seed last year and got some really nice strong plants, so I'm kind of hopeful that these will be okay. They seem pretty hardy. Next up, I had these Serrano plants, and the Serranos are looking pretty good. Last year I raised some from seed and none ever made it into the garden. They actually just kind of dried up. Probably something I did wrong, but these are looking pretty strong this year. I think I've got maybe 3 of those. I've also got some spinach, and this was new seed that I planted this year. I got the 3 spinach plants that have come up really nice. I moved those out of the terrariums yesterday and into this old container. And I ended up having only 3 of those in the terrarium and kind of these 3 open slots. So to keep things organized, I just put some more spinach seeds in here, and hopefully I'll have some more spinach plants that come up. The best looking plant so far is my cucumbers. This is a small bush cucumber. I don't remember the exact variety. I can tell you maybe later in the season. I've got 3 of these that came up from seed. This is the nice biggest one. This is kind of the second biggest one. They're looking pretty good. I got a few cucumbers last year, and I'm hoping that maybe I can raise some stronger plants and do a little better with those this season. Anyway, that's kind of the update on the seeds. I also planted in my terrarium some tomato plants, and we'll see how those go. And I ordered something from Amazon that's going to come in soon, and hopefully will give me a big boost with my seedlings, and I'll share that with you in a future video.